And what do you think of Sai Baba?
Sai Baba is a god.
Sai Baba is God.
I felt I was coming to heaven on earth. This was going to be the place where my Lord or God at that time lived.
ఏ కర్మలు చేసినా ఈశ్వరార్పిత బుద్ధితో చేసినప్పుడు ఇవి పవిత్రముగా కొనసాగుతాయి.
Isaac Tigert did some good works of his own. By the time Sai Baba spoke to him again, he'd become an extremely rich man. When the Guru told him of his dream for an ultra-modern hospital in the heart of Andhra Pradesh, Tigert donated tens of millions of dollars. Prince Charles's architect, Keith Critchlow, who's also a Sai Baba devotee, was hired to design it. Tigert is convinced that the hospital, built on blood, sweat and burgers, was worthy of his generosity. And certainly his guru was grateful.
ఈ అహంకారము చావాలంటే నిజమైనటువంటి ఒక ప్రేమ పెరగాలి. ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా.
At the same time I was overjoyed, it was also a little bit of confusion because that was the first interview in which he called me in personally.
He took you aside?
Mm-hmm. Took me aside and put the oil on his hands and told me to drop my pants and rub my genitalia with the oil and pulled me close and started kissing me heavily on the mouth. And I was really taken back by it and not understanding what was going on.
I said, so tell me about, your interview. And he said, well, I'm not supposed to tell anybody. Baba told me not to tell anybody. And I looked at him and I said, did he make oil for you? And his eyes got kind of big and he said, how did you know? And I said, did he rub it on you? And he said, yeah. He said, how did you know? And I said, because it happened to me.
To Elias' surprise, his father had had the same oiling experience when he first visited Sai Baba aged 18. The Guru had told him it was a ritual healing process. Al accepted this, and when it happened to Elias, he saw nothing wrong.
A few years back, a miracle was performed by Sai Baba in public. He showed his empty hands, waved it in the air, and he produced a chain. Both hands were empty, 5 fingers were apart. Just hold this empty hand like this and you're all busy looking at it. Just invert it like this and here I produce a chain from thin air.
Narendra.
This is a lot of the jewelry. These are all pure gold watches.
Yeah, pure gold with real diamonds. He said, oh, real gold, 100%, real diamonds. The next day, diamonds fall out, the gold starts flaking, and people are like, what's the deal with that? You must not be pure.
Baba was giving him money. I mean, I think he gave him several $1,000s. He gave him a watch and a ring. He gave all of us.
Couple of rings.
We all got rings and watches and earrings.
It was just like the trip to Disneyland with God. I mean, we were just really ecstatic with joy, but getting this attention and this limelight.
Both on, he would perform it to me, and then, and then sometimes threaten to cut my penis off and hold it and be like, it's bad, I should cut it off. He would ask me all the time, why don't you want me? You don't want me? It was so far out to me to think that he was actually just wanting me to physically want him. I could pretty much stop convincing myself that any of this was spiritual when he lifted his robe and his dhoti up to his chest and showed me the whole bottom half of his body and told me to take my pants off. And then he tried to, I'm much taller than he is. He's like 5 feet tall, maybe. And I'm 6'6", and he tried to climb up onto me,
To rape you?
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I mean, he was, for a 70-year-old man, as erect as I think a 70-year-old man could get. I even saw semen come out of his penis one time. And that was when I was like, wow, this is a human being. My mom says so many times, oh, now is the golden time. We're getting attention. Elias, whatever Sai Baba was telling you to do it. Whatever you're doing it right because God is paying attention to us.
And yet she had no idea how tragic her words actually were.
Right.